Hello there, merry men. This is Draco, and we are back to finish the league we started last time. We really wanted to get a trophy. We even brought in Lumi to be able to help us out with the good luck he's usually bringing. But actually, we are 2-1 in the league at the moment, so we're not going to get the trophy. But we can get a 4-1, and that could be really nice. Last time we had a couple of cool games. We managed to beat out Murktide, a game where we did some pretty nifty plays and baited out a counterspell from our opponent, and then we met up with the Junt in round 2. Junt was looking good, and we lost that game. And then in the match 3, we beat Junt again. So it was big Junt day last time. I want to fast get into the games today, so we just can finish up the league and hopefully get a 4-1. Just so you know what we are playing, we should just look briefly into the deck. But before we do, I want to remind you that if you like what I do here, give a like to the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would really mean a lot. It's really nice to have you here, and we should get going. So this is the list. I've been adjusting a lot with these lists back and forth. And I think we are in a situation where we are looking pretty good with this list here. And we have, looking into the meta game, we have a lot of answers to what's going on out there. There's still Urza's Saga, Tron, and decks that needs special lands. Then we have the Spring Season Tide Shapers. We have a lot of interaction against like cards like the Construct Tokens and Tarmogoyf, even Dragon Rage Channeler. We have the Tricksters. We also see that the big hot topic right now, Ledger Shredder. All the matchups where Ledger Shredder, which is the new hot thing, all the matchups where they are good, Dismember, we bring in Dismember, and Dismembers are good against Ledger Shredder. So we actually have something main deck, we can utilize that. And I also do believe you can raise the Ledger Shredder. So the fact that Ledger Shredder is getting a bigger position is actually not something that I'm too worried about. But we can definitely see that it's getting some playtime. In this deck we have 19 lands. We have 3 Force Negations, main deck 4 Subtlety. We like the free spells. Sideboard we have against Cascade decks the Chalices. We have the Relics against Graveyard based decks. Hercules Recall against Artifacts based decks. A couple of counterspells to shore up everything. You see this here's Ledger Shredder. This guy has been tearing up Modern as of late. Hopefully we can meet up with Ledger Shredder today and show him that the bird is not the word, sir. Ledger Shredder is really good for Murktide because they now have a 2-mana threat. They can get down. Even if it get killed right away, it'll help them towards getting Delirium. They can also trigger the Connive effect really easily because they have so many 1-mana spells. So Ledger Shredder is a 1/3 flyer saying whenever a player casts a second spell each turn, Ledger Shredder connives, which means that they are basically looting. And if you discard a non-land card, you get a counter on it. So it becomes a threat really fast as well. The trick is to play it and then play and consider right in the same turn, because then you are triggering it immediately, getting the card selection, getting the token on here, or even filtering out things you don't want to use. Let's play some Magic. Hopefully we can beat up on Ledger Shredder today. And we will be right back with round 1. We got a match. It's not round 1, it's round 3 or 4. It's round 4 against Valarsaur. And if he thinks I'm gonna be afraid of a cat, he is mistaken. But I am afraid of this card, Yorion, Sky Nomad, which means that this could be a number of different decks. It could be the Blink deck, it could be the Elementals deck, or 4-color Money Pile. Yeah, I think we keep this hand actually. We are on the draw, unfortunately, but I think this is fine. If this was a mulligan and we had only one Either Vial, I would definitely keep it. Try me. Okay. Let's get the vial out. Tachi was a nice draw. Now we have an option of starting to mana deny him a bit. Let's get some music on. I know you people like funky music. Flutterstrand. I just got me a couple of Flutterstrands from a prize I won, which was nice. It was the old border ones though. Okay, prismatic ending. It's fine, we have one more. So we have a couple of lines here. I think it's probably correct to get him off both. We can get him off red and green by taking that one out. And I think that's pretty nice. I think that's worth it. I think that's worth it. It could be elementals as well. Elementals is looking strong. It could be the Icefang Quartal. Yeah, I think it is, since of snow-covered islands. I think it's elementals. Ooh, it's a threat for him. Okay. Does that mean he has counterspell? I don't think they're running counterspell. No, it's because it's Icefang Quartal. And in case of Icefang Quartal, I think I want to lead on... Could also be something like Spell Pierce. In this case, I think we can't really justify not playing the Otavara here. Let's play that one down. And we can tap the Mutavault to play down either vial. This means that we're playing around Spell Pierce. Shouldn't really matter. And then we can play down the Adept here. Doesn't seem like he has anything. Okay. Next turn we can both attack with Mutavault and Adept and Resolve a Lord. Oh, Eladamri's Call. And what will he find? Yeah, it's probably Omnath. That's not good. Yeah, Omnath is a beating. In this matchup we need our subtleties and our dismembers. He's not playing the Omnath. What did he miss? Green, red, white, blue. He just needed a land. Okay. Not sad about that. I was sure he was going to resolve Omnath here. But of course the best way of using Omnath is resolving it and then playing the land right after. So it makes sense that he's waiting one turn. They have so much removal in this matchup here. We have Prismatic Ending. We have Lightning Bolts. Yeah, here comes the Prismatic Ending again. Yeah, not big, too big of an issue here. He's using it like that. It's not the worst. Let's get this up and running. This show here. And we showed a master, so let's just resolve the master. See here, this is newly controlled, which means I will add this one. And you can see if he taps out for Omnath and has a fetch land, that would be like best case scenario for him. Then he goes up to 18, which is not great. But we do beating him down as well. Hello, Stay Slapped. Good day to you as well. And happy Friday. It's Friday and I'm in love. I'm in love with Merfolk. Oh my. Look at that. And now if he has a removal spell, he's really doing it. It's a great draw from him. He's playing well. Velarso is, he's been up all night playing Magic. He's ready. Now look at, he got all the mana. Now he can resolve all the stuff. And he resolved a Fury. Okay, well, we're still beating him down. The This is of course great for him. He will clean up our board. And we will die pretty fast. But he's an 11. And he's gonna take some damage here. You, sir, are 1 day too late. Relentless. Okay, so we're gonna take, is it 10 damage? Yeah, 10 damage. He's gonna pick up to 12. The master is important. We can subtlety anything here. And he will take... If we draw land, that would be... no, that doesn't matter. Fury. I say no to you. This is a good set of magic cards this guy is having in his deck here. The problem is we die on the swing back because he'll just resolve Fury. So I think maybe we shouldn't have subtlety it actually. No, then we would just be dying next turn. How much damage can we provide here? What about taking him off the mana? He has 3 red. Okay. Doesn't matter. 6 damage. We can give him 6 damage. And then we die on the swing back. I don't like that. I don't like dying on the swing back. You know what I mean? The Tachi will be too big to kill. So I think what we do here is that we will... No, won't. What happens if we play the Lord and attack with only the Master? Then we can activate a Muda Vault. That's pretty good. He can't Fury and... okay, so we play the... That's the right play. We play the Lord of Lands down. Then we hit in for 3. Then we want to block the Muda Vault on the Fury when he attacks. He can of course kill the Lord, but then we can still just jump with the Muda Vault. And if we draw land, we can still attack with the other one. I'm not loving this position. So we can kill off the Lord. That's the only thing he can kill. So we can jump the Fury. It has a double strike, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, he can kill it here. Okay, that's great. We'll play it by him. We'll take exactly 10 points of damage, sorry. Lumi, you need to give us better cards. We will bring in the Dismembers, and I think in this matchup we will take out... We'll probably take out the Force Negations. I do like counterspells. We do like Kira's. Spreading Seas maybe against this greedy mana base. I could mute before I was coughing. That was pretty good. Nice play. A couple of cards to cut. How good is the Spreading Seas against them? They are ready with a really greedy mana base. So I think it's actually fine, especially on the play. Let's instead cut out. What about the spreading seas? Is it really that good? I want to cut one spreading seas and maybe just one Sværdun. Salties are really good this matchup. Hello Castro and welcome. I am ready for tomorrow. I have packed up, suited up the cube. I packed up my modern deck. Everything's beautiful. This hand is a bit on the slow side, but I think Kira is really important in this matchup here. And maybe a turn 2 charge here can do something. So I think I want to try to keep it. Also not exciting to be mulliganing on your, on the play here. Trickster, that's pretty neat. Next turn we can resolve Kira, which will be probably really nice in this matchup. When are you arriving tomorrow, Castro? Infinite prismatic endings. Okay, I have to resolve it here, even though he could easily have the mystical dispute, but he did not. That's good. Yeah, you should subscribe to my YouTube channel. If I say that too often on Twitch, I think they'll get after me. Okay. He's doing value stuff. I think now we can start hitting in with the... Ooh. Ooh, I like to see that. Maybe this is a situation where we would like to... what happens if we play the Waterlock Grove? That's actually pretty nice playing the Waterlock Grove here. Then we can resolve subtlety, and if we can't, we can play Trickster and crack the Waterlock Grove. This is nice. This is nice. That was a great draw. Come on. He goes for the unmap now. Look at this now. No, he's doing nothing. He's doing absolutely nothing. Then we start by cracking the Warlock Grove here. Oh, another Trickster. That eases my plays. Much easier to do the plays. Come on, baby. Why is he doing this now? What's going on? Instant speed Omnath? No! Hello, Olaf, and welcome. I've seen you doing comments in YouTube, so nice to have you on Twitch as well. And look at us go here. No. Lightning Bolt on that one. Okay. Interesting line. And holy heat. That's a guy who does not like my Kira. Do you agree? Nothing changes here. We are in a good spot with Subtlety and Trickster up here. I can agree with his play here of getting the Kira out like that. I think that makes a lot of sense. Getting the Prismatic Ending out, that's also fine. But we have one more Trickster. One more trick up our sleeve. Okay, Mutavault is fine. That's pretty nice, because next turn we can play the Otavara and start attacking with the Mutavaults. But for now, we just want to attack with the Trickster. This is death by 1,000 cuts. We're probably playing with open cards here, but he has to do something at some point. We're saying to him, we don't want to attack with Mutavault. And why is that, sir? Why do you think we do not like to attack? Omnath, I think I would like to resolve the subtlety. If this doesn't resolve, we even have the Dismember, right? Let's see what he does here. On top, okay. Fury? He baited us. But he can't kill both of our creatures. And he has to evoke this. So I actually think this is absolutely fine. I think he's just going to take out our subtlety, right? Yeah. Good old pyrokinesis on legs. Sounds like a man with a really big issues. Okay. Either vial. Yeah, I agree, Olaf. It always feels so awesome to hardcast that one. Now I think we just attack with 2 Mutavaults, getting him down to 2. He will resolve Otavara next turn, but we can dismember it. Did I say Otavara? I mean, he can resolve Omnath next turn. And he can only get the 4 life because we will kill it in response. That's why I don't want to play the Either Vial. I don't want to play the Otavara either. Because having that potential bounce effect, I think it's more valuable. This Either Vial will not really be relevant in this game when he's on 2. So I think it's better just to hold up everything. Here comes the Omnath. And yes, that's fine. I think we just killed in response to the draw trigger. How'd that go? Be gone. That's crazy. Okay, so let's go back up to 10, but we can... Oh my god, that was a good one. Mm-hmm. That was actually pretty crazy. He did have the Veil of Summer. You can also tell when people are playing, he's playing well, but also drawing well. So here we need to Otavara, meaning we can get in for 4. And hopefully we'll stall him a bit here. We just need to do this because we can't just sit and do nothing. Yeah, get back to your hand. You'd of course have to, he can draw a card here, but we have to do this. Hopefully he has no more lands, and hopefully we'll draw a Lord next turn. Luckily, because we only have 1 card, we can F6 through our own turn. That's always lovely. You probably have a land here. I'm not a fan of this guy. He even had a fetch land again. Did have you give to 4 life, that's a lot. And you also get all the mana in the world. Is he getting back a Fury? Lord would be an amazing draw. If you can't kill off the Merfolk Trickster, we win by drawing a Lord. Okay, he can. Good play by him. That's really nice play there. That was a conservative line, getting off the Merfolk of the Merfolk Trickster off the board. Salty is not the best here. Let's just play the Vial and then pass. If he doesn't play anything we can Salty, we'll just play it and then hopefully draw the Lord. This gives us a lot of damage next turn. Ren 6. Okay. That's at least something we can subtlety, because that would be insane. If you just resolve that, getting back the fetch land, you know. Well, that would be pretty nice for him. But this is pretty good. If we now draw the Lord now, we are beating in for 9. And if he doesn't have any land, that would be lethal. But of course, damn, he did. So now he goes up to 12. He goes up to 15. Oh, sorry, 11. Teferi. Okay. Interesting line. I think I would have removed the subtlety here. He's of course he's untapping 2 cards. Maybe it would be enough to get a, maybe he has a removal spell. Then that makes sense. Then this Lord here doesn't really matter. Ouch. We'll just attack Teferi. The life matter doesn't really matter at this moment. And we'll just keep the Either Vial in hand. That doesn't really matter. Icefang Quarrel. Interesting, he didn't play that. Did it not have Death Touch? No, I think it didn't. I don't want him to ferry the subtlety right there. Unfortunately for us, he does have the Icefang Quarrel as a blocker now. We go down to 12. And the Vial goes up to 2, which means that an Adept would be a decent draw. Now putting Yorion in. And he can even play the Yorion. Which is like, we can't get back from this. What can we do here? There's no world where we can double Lord anyways. He'll draw 2 cards, get a card back from his graveyard, but he can't play it this turn. So we need to kill him this turn, and he's on an unreachable amount of damage. Maybe we should have attacked him with the subtlety instead of attacking Teferi, but then maybe he would have just blocked with the Icefang Quarrel. I think he would. But I think, yeah, we should have done it. But he probably also have removal spells here. We're just playing it out. He did it. He outvalued us. And we also drew pretty poorly. Well done, Valaso. And we will be right back with the final game of the Modern League. We are back for the final match. 2-2 in the Modern League. We are on the play, which means this is bad hand. I think it was bad pretty much every time. No lands here. We need to keep this and hope for the best. Let's just get out with... maybe that's actually not right. Maybe we are pitching Subtlety back and Trickster back. And then hopefully we'll be able to force something amazing. I think that's it. I think we need to do this. This is of course a really unfortunate chain of events, but if we draw land, we can do something here. Maybe we should have went down to 4 actually. But if this is Ragavan, we do have a play next turn. Okay, Strangler's Chandler. Okay, Murktide. Perfect. So the question here is if we want to ambush it with Trickster and go that line. We can protect with Force Negation. I think that could be a decent line, but I actually think just Tide Shippering now, trying to get the most value out of the Tide Shipper is better. Because we'll potentially take him off red mana, being a bit annoying. I love being a bit annoying. So by taking him off his Spiral for now, we might have him off red. Probably not, but it's a chance to take. Alternatively with Trickster, he'll kill it in response, and then we Force Negation the kill spell, leaving him on 5 cards, and on 5 cards because you draw 1 as well, and then we would be down to 1 card. I don't really like that play. I think we need to develop our board at this moment. The Trickster will come in handy later. Tide Shipper is better early. Hello, Madcap Skills, and welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. Hopefully you're enjoying this fine day. No, you had the extra red source. I was gambling that he had like 4 islands in his hand. With dash. Yeah, I think we trade here. The Tide Shipper is not doing much. Typically this means that they have another Ragavan, but then we can Trickster it in next turn. Yeah, okay, not the worst draw. I think we just pass here. The Master would be a bad play because there's an extra Ragavan coming in. That's most likely. And if you dash in another Ragavan, we'll just Trickster it. Just finding it's an island. Ledger Shredder, which is a good card, and he can consider right away, meaning that he can connive. This was the one we wanted to test out this matchup, but I'm not sure that subtletying the Ledger Shredder here is the right play. On the other hand, at this moment when we are so far behind, I really don't like having to, combat this card. If he connives now to 2/4, and probably it can be 3/5 next turn, suddenly it'll be out of reach. Maybe we just try to subtlety it here. I think we do actually. We'll just pitch the Force. This is pretty aggressive. But hopefully he will do something like now attacking with the Dragon Channeler, allowing us to Trickster. Let's see what he does. It wins. It goes to the bottom. He's gonna kill the Trickster, unfortunately. But at least we gave it a go here. Here comes a removal spell response. Yes. Also, good of him to play it now, because then he get the Delirium trigger before he misses out on the opportunity. We had to go for it. Sometimes they don't have it, so. Vile is not great, but I don't think playing a Master is great either. He will probably relatively easily get up and running with his Delirium, and then this is just a 2/2. I think getting out the Ether Vial here is actually better. There could be arguments back and forth towards that, but I just like Ether Vial is not getting any better if it's just sitting in hand. The bird is the word. He's going to outvalue us here. Okay, counterspell is up and running. I have to remember that the Ledger Shredder, it also provides us with when we play 2 spells. I think in this case, I think we just want to play the Master. Do we? Then he can... If we play the Master, he will be able to Unholy Heat the Master. And if we play the Master next turn with an Ether Vial up, he won't. We can play the Master because of the Cavern, so we won't get countered. My problem is that if it's exactly Unholy Heat and he has no way of getting Delirium, then he'll just be able to kill the Master. And next turn, when we have Ether Vial on 2 and we play the Master, then it's a completely different story, because then we can put in the Vial in response. If he gets Delirium, it doesn't matter, and then maybe we're losing too much tempo on waiting. Maybe it's crazy to wait. But playing down a Master right now, it's just so low powered. It also gives him something to do. I actually think we are so far behind, we need to do something pretty crazy here. I think we actually just wait until we have Ether Vial up on 2, and this might be a mistake, but I want to try it out. Come on, Lumi. Give us some good cards. If we had the Master down now, imagine that he could connive with the Ledger Shredder from just playing a simple spell, removal spell. Now he has Delirium, so now it wouldn't have mattered. I think now we need to draw the Trickster. Oh, Ragavan with dash. And now it's not good at all. Yes. That is a lot of damage. The added, we would have wanted to draw that. And he can actually... what's he gonna do here? What's he playing? Murktide. That's a lot of good cards in a row. Not good. He does not have the Delirium up and running, but you can see the Ledger Shredder is becoming a problem here. He can probably connive again, beating us down for 8, which means that we should be really lucky. Nice ult here. Okay, if he doesn't have anything, we got a little trick here. He probably just... If he has a removal spell, this is not ending well. It's not ending well no matter what, because we're taking 7 points of damage going down to 4. But if we draw, if we survive here, if it's a land in hand or something like that, and we draw a Trickster here, we can tap down the Murktide Regent. We need this to be a Trickster. That's not good enough. Not good enough. Okay, sideboarding against Murktide. We got our relics. Dismember's good against the bird. I think I want to actually play the counter spells on the play. Brazen Borrower is good. Counter spells is discussion point. We don't necessarily need that. We don't like the force negations. We do like the Kiras from other removal spells. If the counter spells is too much. We don't like the Spreading Seas, and we take out a couple of lords. That's normally how we do. Chativus is good because it's an early blocker. This is how we do. We won the die roll. This hand has too low of a threat density. If we don't draw exactly like 2 Merfolks in a row, we will be doing nothing. This is much better. We can just send back one of the tricksters. We don't need 2, but the silver girls are nice. They'll give us sufficient. They'll give us sufficient card draw. And yeah, Legislator is a really nice addition to Murktide. I think it's actually a pretty cool card. You are right on time, sir. Also pretty nice old school island here. I like the Legislator. I also think it's going to be really big in Pioneer. Okay, we draw the land, that's nice. I don't think we want to resolve the Svelun yet though, because with Mishra's Bubble and Consider, he is ready. If we play down the Svelun, he will be have Unholy Heat on Delirium next turn. So I think it's better to double spell. Side Chipper and okay, Legislator. Also a good blocker, Legislator. It's actually a pretty nice card. We could consider Tide Shippering as well. We could also tap down in Upkeep. Of course, we don't want to double spell. That plan is off the table now. That's actually a pretty cool feature of Legislator, that you can't really double spell anymore. So we have we don't want double spell. That's one thing we know. So there's 4 lines. First, we can Svelun. I don't like that, because he just needs to get a sorcery into his graveyard, and then he would have Delirium. So playing an Expressive Iteration and playing a red mana would be enough. And I think that's pretty likely that he can do that specific combination of cards. That will also give him connive value and all that. So that's okay. That's one line. It's not the worst because it's a high risk but high reward, because then we get the Svelun down. Alternatively, we can trickster his Legislator in his upkeep just to stall him a bit. Also a pretty nice good line. I like that as well. We can also try to see if we can get him off red mana. You know, Island into Steam Vents like this is not a guy who is he flooded Stranded into the Steam Vents, which is a guy who has no red mana in hand. That's just my read of it. Because if he had a mountain, why would he not just play a mountain? And he doesn't really seem to have another fetch land that provides the red source. So I actually think that I like the Tide Shipper play. And if we do the Tide Shipper play, we won't be able to attack with the Adept. I don't see a world where he wouldn't block here. He would always block. So taking him off the mana also means that he won't be able to connive yet. And then we can do the Trickster play in another turn. Hopefully this will take him off the mana. We're also developing our board pretty decently. And he had the Scalding Tarn. Forget what all I said. He had it all. He did have the Unholy Heat. And notice here, he does not have a Delirium yet. Ah, my goodness. Now he has Counterspell up. Interesting he's choosing to attack though. He does counterspell up, I just want to trickster in his turn. Maybe just play another card here. We are talking pros and cons with the Ledger Shredder. Counterspell is pretty non-bow with that bird. And look at that! They've been adapting and adopting subtlety. Dirty. So dirty. We need to be aware of that. Because then he would have been able to do that for Svelung. Now I like the Trickster line. Okay. Legislator is pretty good against us. Because this is, for example, we would have really loved to double spell. That's actually pretty, it's pretty insane. Okay, we have some lines. Okay, then I think actually the best play would be to we start by attacking. He can blow us out, but I think we are so far behind we need to do something here. Alternatively, we could just play down the Svelung. It's indestructible with the Muda Vault up. He can hit us for 5. The reason why I like the attack line is that if he then block with the Dragon Channeler, we can trickster it. But then if he can counter it, we are totally blown out. They might have Mystical Dispute here. And I think because of specifically Mystical Dispute, I think it's better just to get the Svelung down. He already used one on Holy Heat. He needs to have 2 removal spells. And one of them needs to be on Holy Heat, and then he can kill off this Adept and then Svelung. That could happen. Okay. Essentially, we just play the Adept and pass, and then Trickster his Dragon's Channeler in his turn. Yeah, that's also a pretty nice line. I actually like that well a lot here. He might counter this. He did have the Mystical Dispute. Then it was nice we didn't play the Svelung. He was really eager to get that Mystical Dispute out. And now we can Trickster the Dragon's Channeler, and then we have 2 blockers. Of course we have to trade the Adept away, but that's how it is. Look at all the value they're gaining. Interesting he's doing it pre-combat. The problem is that Murktide really has not even entered the fray yet. He's just beating down with all the other stuff. It'd be nice to draw a relic as well. It's interesting that Ledger Shredder is such a good addition to Murktide. It was already the best deck in the format. So maybe this actually is, maybe this is what is gonna push them over the top. And now it's getting out of it's getting out of range. If he counters this, we're done for. Have to go for it. He set this up pretty nicely. Ooh, maybe not. This is where he should wait for me to block and then shoot it. He shoots it now, which is not a good play. Now 3 unholy hits in the graveyard, which means that I am not afraid of resolving. I'll kill off the Dragon's Channeler now. And then I can play the Tide Chipper. Okay, he has 2 cards in hand. Can we do this? 3 cards in hand. The subtlety is actually really interesting, because what I wanted to do was to play Sverloon and a Tide Shipper as a 2-2. But now, since I drew subtlety, this changes everything. Interestingly, if he has his own subtlety for my Sverloon, I can also subtlety a subtlety. Mystical Dispute will kill us here. I think now we just pass. Tide Shippering means that he will get... the Tide Shippering means that he will get Connive. I don't want to give him Connive. He has used 3 Unholy Heats already, which means that he has 1 in his last 43 cards, and that's just like really unreasonable. I think it's better to be able to subtlety a big Murktide. It's much more reasonable that he has one of his 4 Murktide in his hand and can play that next turn, and then I want a subtlety. If he has the Unholy Heat, I would say we are unlucky in that case. But I think it's more relevant to think that he might have a Fury or anything else. The bird is the word. It's doing work, this Ledger Shredder here. You will flood the strand. Here comes the Murktide. I said that really fast. Oh. Lumi, do you think it's a Murktide? Two blue lanes. It's a big dragon. Oh, snap. It's the Murktide. How much did you... 4 or 5 cards? You can do it again next turn, but we need the tempo. It's also a great blocker Murktide. Maybe he'll play 1 more. I think he might do that, which is not good for us. Yeah, 1 more coming in. No, a Dragon Rage Channeler. Meaning we can attack here. This is where we want to draw. He put the Murktide region on top, so we want to draw Relic now. Come on, 3 relics. Otavara. We have 1 more draw here. Otavara is actually great. It'll bounce his Ledger Shredder. Glasspool Mimic, is that a good card? No, it is not. It was a bad draw. But we can consider 2 lines here. We can just play down the Mimic as a land. But I actually think it's better. Why are we not? Why is Glasspool Mimic bad here? What can actually copy? It can't. It will never be able to copy anything in this game. It won't be relevant. So I think it's better to get the mana. I know that's pretty aggressive. We can copy a Mutavault, and I won't be able to Otavara, so that's not gonna happen. I think there's upside to waiting. Let's wait. There's a big argument for just putting down the Classical Mimic. When he resolves his first spell, I'll bounce the Legislator. Here comes the Murktide. And then we bounce that one there. I rather want to have a 6/6 down. If he bounces the Murktide here, he will be able to replay it again instantaneously. So, Lord is great. Lord is great. How are we dying? We dying exactly? Damn. So we need. Lord is not great. So actually, we should have played the Glassblue Mimic. Oh, I should have seen that. We do have a Brazen Borrow or Petty Thefts here. And what about... what else can we draw? Dismember? That's not good enough. Relic? Too slow. Too late. Doesn't really matter. We just need to hope and pray we draw something well. Something good. Because now we could have drawn the Trickster. No, okay, he had it all. He had it all. Maybe actually it would have been better just to attack with the Svaelun. We say no. Okay. Well done by the man. So, a couple of rough games today here, but that's how it goes. We can't win them all. We got to see the Legislator in action, and that was actually pretty nice to see. Big upgrade for Murktide, so congrats to them. And I think that Legislator proved its worth in this game here. Card selection and an aggressive creature as well. I think it's a pretty nice card. If you like what I do, don't forget to like my video and subscribe. Next time we'll get a lot more wins in under the belt. This was it for this video. Yeah, so